Previously, we sailed the upper and middle Rhine and the winding Moselle. Now we return to the lower Rhine and continue through the waterways of the Netherlands and Belgium, concluding our journey in Brussels. With the Moselle behind us, we return to the Rhine, following its broad course north toward Cologne, one of Germany's oldest cities and the largest along the river. Excursions here included a walking tour with beer tasting, but since we'd been to Cologne a few times before, we decided to try something different. We followed our local guide, boarded tram number 9, and stepped off at Kalkpost station. What most commuters don't realize is that behind these ordinary subway walls lies one of Cologne's most unusual secrets, a Cold War nuclear bunker hidden in plain sight beneath the station. Built in 1979, they were designed to seal off thousands of people from shock waves, radioactive dust, or chemical attack. This bunker could hold exactly 2,366 people. Each person had their own bunk, crammed side by side with just 1.7 square meters of space per person. To keep everyone alive for up to 14 days, there was a kitchen and food storage. Meals would have been basic, but rationed carefully to stretch the supplies. The bunker had its own deep well and water treatment system, completely independent of the city supply. Washrooms and toilets were simple, but they allowed for basic hygiene during 2 weeks underground. Air filters were among the most critical systems. They could block fallout particles, chemical agents, and even biological threats. From the control room, staff monitored airflow, water, and power to keep everyone alive. This bunker was one of 10 planned for Cologne, but the only one actually completed. It was decommissioned in 2005. Today, it survives as the Cold War Documentation Center, a hidden reminder of a world that once lived under the shadow of nuclear war. In the evening, Uniworld treated us to a special nights out excursion at the Cologne Triangle observation deck. From nearly 100 meters above the city, we enjoyed sweeping 360-degree views. The final highlight of the day came just before midnight when the ship set sail from Cologne. It was a chance to watch the city sparkle against the dark sky. Tip of the day. In Europe, public washrooms often charge a small fee, usually between 50 cents and €1. Facilities aren't always easy to find, so ask your tour guide or look for restrooms in fast food restaurants or coffee shops. If you don't have coins ready before departure, check with your ship's reception desk. On day 11, we arrived in Düsseldorf, the final German city on our itinerary. While some guests chose the bike tour, we opted for the walking tour with alt beer tasting. Düsseldorf is a city of contrasts and surprises. It is home to the largest Japanese community in Germany and one of the largest in Europe. Beginning in the 1950s, Japanese companies established their European headquarters here, drawn by the city's industrial strength, central location, and excellent transport links. The city also enjoys a playful rivalry with nearby Cologne, often expressed through football and beer. The Altstadt, or Old Town, may cover only a few blocks, but with more than 300 bars and breweries, it has earned the nickname the longest bar in the world. After lunch on board, we continued exploring on our own. A walk along the Rheinufer promenade revealed wide river views, sculptures, and lively cafes. Just a short distance from the ship's dock lies Düsseldorf's modern architectural district, home to the striking Neue Zollhof buildings, designed by Canadian-American architect Frank Gehry. At 6 p.m., we gathered on the sun deck for one of Uniworld's signature traditions, the sail-away sabering ceremony.
One more time, thank you for traveling with us. I'm waiting for you. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Cheers, everybody. Somebody like to try a sip from this bottle?
It was a dramatic and elegant farewell to this vibrant city, marking the perfect close to our time in Germany. Tip of the day: a river cruise isn't just for seniors. As you've seen so far, it appeals to travelers of all ages who love nature, culture, and discovery. Luxury river cruise lines design excursions for all paces. Walking tours often split into groups for both fast and slow walkers. And daily activities range from light to more active, so there's always something to match your energy. Think of the ship as a moving luxury hotel. It carries you from destination to destination, sparing you the hassle of constant packing and unpacking. Instead, you settle in once and let the scenery and culture come to you. On day 12, as we sailed toward Roermond in the Dutch province of Limburg, our cruise manager delivered one of the most memorable moments of the journey, a signature talk titled "Behind the Iron Curtain, Post-War Germany." Born in East Germany, she spoke not from a textbook, but from experience. Life under surveillance, moments of quiet fear, and the joy when Hans Dietrich Genscher announced in Prague that East German refugees would finally be allowed to leave for the West. It was heartfelt and unforgettable. That afternoon, instead of the bike tour along the Meuse River, we joined the walking tour through the historic center. The city is compact and inviting, perfect for slow exploration. One of the intriguing discoveries was the Het Arresthuis Hotel. Built in 1863 as a prison, it closed in 2007 and has since been transformed into a luxury hotel, with former cells converted into stylish rooms, making it one of Europe's most distinctive places to stay. The city is also known for its designer outlet, the largest luxury outlet center in Western Europe. But the true highlight was completely unexpected. From the moment we arrived until dinner, black swans glided along the river beside our ship. Rare, graceful, and hauntingly beautiful, they felt like a quiet gift from the universe, an unforgettable end to the day. Tip of the day: in many European cities, feeding wild animals, like swans, ducks, or pigeons, is discouraged or even prohibited. It may seem harmless, but it can lead to overpopulation, dependency on human food, pollution, and even the spread of disease. That's why local authorities sometimes issue fines, often around €50, for feeding animals in parks or along waterways. The best way to enjoy them is to watch respectfully, follow posted rules, and help keep these beautiful creatures healthy and wild. Our next stop was Maastricht, a city that gained international fame through the Maastricht Treaty of 1992, the agreement that created the European Union and laid the foundation for the euro. We joined the walking tour, beginning in the Stockstraat quarter, where boutique shops, narrow lanes, and historic facades give the city its charm. Remnants of its 700-year-old city walls still stand as a reminder of its medieval past. One of the most memorable stops was Boekhandel Dominikanen, often called one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world. Inside a 13th-century Dominican church, sunlight pours through stained glass windows. Once a sacred space, it is now a sanctuary for readers, with more than 50,000 titles to explore. Another highlight was the Basilica of St. Servatius, the oldest surviving church in the Netherlands. Its red-painted tower, colored with iron oxide pigment, has been a tradition since the Middle Ages, both protecting the stone and giving the church its dramatic presence in the city skyline. That afternoon, Uniworld hosted a wine tasting event on board. Our sommelier guided us through a comparison of two outstanding red wines, each tasted directly from the bottle and again after decanting to reveal how aeration changes aroma and flavor. The first was a 2021 Merlot called Solus, made by winemaker Ger Attila in Villani, Hungary. A powerful yet refined single varietal Merlot from one of the country's most renowned winemakers, produced in a region often compared to Bordeaux. The second was a 2022 telegram from the Châteauneuf-du-Pape region of France, crafted by Domaine du Vieux Télégraphe. Elegant and approachable, it comes from one of the most celebrated appellations in the Rhone Valley. Together, these wines created 4 distinct tasting experiences, a perfect way to transition into the evening. Tip of the day: some travelers hesitate to book a river cruise because they worry about laundry. In reality, luxury lines such as Uniworld provide complimentary, self-service laundry facilities on board. For returning guests, the Heritage Club loyalty program adds an extra benefit: 1 bag of laundry per guest, done through the ship's complimentary laundry service. In addition, today's activewear and many travel-friendly fabrics are designed to dry quickly, making it simple to hand wash a few items in your stateroom if needed. With self-service, professional laundry service, and smart packing, staying comfortable on a river cruise is effortless. Our final full day took us to Antwerp, Belgium's bustling port city. Known worldwide as the Diamond Capital, Antwerp is also a city of rich history, bold architecture, and irresistible flavors. Rather than join the morning walking tour, we chose a different path: a visit to Chocolate Nation. Inside, we followed the fascinating journey of the cocoa bean. From equatorial farms in Ecuador, Brazil, and West Africa, through Antwerp's role as the largest cocoa port in the world, to the Belgian chocolatiers who transformed this humble bean into a national treasure. The museum was as indulgent as it was educational. We sampled our way through Belgium's chocolate heritage and even tried ruby chocolate, a relatively new variety introduced in 2017 by the Swiss company Barry Callebaut. Made from specially processed cocoa beans that naturally yield a pink hue, it contains no dyes or fruit additives. Its flavor is bright and slightly tangy, with hints of red berries like raspberries and currants, an unusual and intriguing addition to the chocolate world. Back outside, our guide led us into the magnificent Antwerp Central Railway Station. Nicknamed the Railway Cathedral, it earns the title with its soaring dome, sweeping staircases, and richly detailed stonework. Just beyond the station lies the Diamond District, where traders, cutters, and jewelers from around the globe conduct business in one of the most concentrated diamond markets on Earth. The afternoon was ours to wander. Antwerp hums with life. Fashion boutiques, historic squares, cafes, and street energy everywhere you turn. We made time for one more Belgian specialty, the famous cherry beer that perfectly suits a summer afternoon. As evening fell, we gathered one last time for the captain's farewell reception and dinner. It was more than a formal send-off. It was a celebration of the journey itself, of the friendships formed, and of the crew whose dedication made every day seamless. Tip of the day: the crew are the heart of a river cruise. They sail these waters week after week, often far from their families, working long hours to make your voyage special. Take the time to talk with them, to listen, to say thank you. Years from now, you may forget the exact taste of a beer or the details of a cathedral, but the warmth of those human connections often becomes the most enduring memory of all. Day 15 was Disembarkation Day. Although our Uniworld cruise ended in Brussels that morning, we chose to stay an extra day to experience this magical city, recognized as the de facto capital of both the European Union and NATO. We arranged a private custom walking tour with a local guide, born and raised in Brussels, who showed us the city through the eyes of a friend. We stepped into hidden corners of the city, seafood and butcher shops where locals shop daily, quiet cafes and restaurants tucked into narrow alleys, a legendary jazz and cocktail bar where our guide once worked. Of course, we also visited some of Brussels' most iconic sites. Mannequin Peas, the city's cheeky little mascot, who is regularly dressed in different costumes, today he wore a Pierrot outfit. The Royal St. Hubert Galleries, Europe's first covered shopping arcade, lined with luxury boutiques, jewelers, cafes, and chocolate shops. In the Royal Quarter, the ceremonial heart of Belgium's monarchy, we walked past stately landmarks and cultural institutions. And no visit is complete without standing in awe at the Grand Place, surrounded by ornate guild halls, the town hall, and the King's House, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful squares in Europe. The tour concluded at the Place Pollert elevator, a free lift that connects the upper and lower parts of the city. From the top, we enjoyed sweeping panoramic views over Brussels, a fitting finale to our extended stay. As this river journey comes to an end, I'm reminded that travel is more than visiting new places. It's an invitation to pause, to be present, and to see the world with fresh eyes. My thanks go to the crew, the bus drivers, and the guides who made this trip seamless, and to our dear friends Susan and Ken for sharing the joy of the journey with us. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Please feel free to reach out with any questions about river cruising or travel planning.